What's my common denominator? What's my common denominator? 3x. I don't have to do anything. It's the same denominator. So quiet. All I have to do is add the 4 plus 5. I get 9 over 3x. Am I done?
No.
Because I can simplify, correct? 3 goes into 9 3 times. So I get 3 over x. Okay? All right. Number 2. My common denominator is x plus 3. So I end up just not multiplying the numerators by anything because I have a common denominator. So I have 2x minus 4. I can't shut up. So I can't simplify this any farther. I'm done. Okay, number 3. Number 3, I have to factor the denominators first. What's x squared minus 9? It's a difference of squares, so it's x plus 3, x minus 3. That's my new denominator. Okay. Now, this is almost like it. This is that problem that we were just talking about on your practice sheet. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1, and then I've got my x plus 3 and x minus 3. Okay. Now, because I had to factor out that negative 1, what's that going to do to that plus sign? Yeah, this is now going to be a subtraction problem. Okay, what's my common denominator here? X plus 3, x minus 3. Okay, since they both have a common denominator, I'm just going to go ahead and subtract the numerator. So I have 2x plus 11. This turns into the minus. The quantity 2 minus x. Always put parentheses after a minus sign, right? Okay, now I have to simplify this and see if I can factor anything out. Distribute the minus sign. I get minus 2 and a plus x. Okay? A plus. I want to tell you, adding rational expressions and solving rational expressions with that has addition and subtraction is the hardest section in Algebra 2. So I cannot have you guys giggling and playing on your video phones and disturbing the class in this section. It was a train wreck with other Algebra 2 classes this week because they were goofing around. You have to respect other students that want to learn this, that have to learn this. Okay, so I have 2x and a positive x, because the negative sign distributes, gives me 3x. I have plus 11 and minus 2 gives me a plus 9 on the numerator, all over x plus 3, x minus 3. I'm not done yet. I can simplify or factor out a 3 from the numerator. So I have a 3 times x plus 3 all over x plus 3, x minus 3. Now, I can cancel out a factor of x plus 3, and I get 3 over x minus 3. Now, this is a problem that has the same denominators. Imagine in a couple of minutes, when we get into different denominators, how difficult this is going to be. For instance, number 4. These are unlike denominators now. If they don't have parentheses, please put parentheses around there. Otherwise, you're going to end up trying to cancel out x's that you shouldn't cancel out. What's my lowest common denominator here? Do you see a 10? Do you see a 2? I don't see a 2. I say an x plus 2. Good. That's a quantity. What else do we have? An x minus 5. That's my lowest common denominator. Remember, I had to find a common denominator. I had to multiply one fraction and multiply the other fraction by what was not there. That's what we're going to do here. Okay? This fraction has a, so my lowest common denominator is x plus 2, x minus 5. This fraction has an x minus 5, so I need to multiply the 2x by what? It has an x minus 5, so I need to multiply it by the x plus 2. Minus, okay, this one has an x plus 2, so I need to multiply the 4 by x minus 5. Okay, let's distribute. I get 2x squared plus 4x. I have to distribute the minus 4 to x. I get minus 4x plus 20 all over x plus 2 and x minus 5. Okay, simplify the numerator. I'm lucky, these cancel out. So I get 2x squared plus 20 all over x plus 2, x minus 5. I have to factor out the numerator, see if I can cancel out anything further. I can take out a 2. I get x squared plus 10 all over x plus 2, x minus 5. Does x squared plus 10 factor? Careful. No, it doesn't. It does, but it has imaginary numbers. So at this point, we're done. Huh? I know, you're probably going to want a separate sheet of paper here. All right, let's do number 6. Okay, first thing we want to do is factor everything in the problem. I have x plus 1, nothing to factor there. Can I factor x squared plus 4x plus 4? Yes. X plus 2 times x plus 2 minus 2 over, that's a difference of squares. How do I factor that? X plus 2, x minus 2. Okay. This is a little tricky. What's going to be my lowest common denominator here? Okay, I have an x plus 2. I have an x minus 2. What else? No, that's in the numerator. I have another x plus 2. This, you have to go with the most x plus 2's. Okay? Huh? I have two x plus 2's. This is already has an x plus 2, so I don't need a third one, since there's one in there, at least one in there. Okay? So, my lowest common denominator, x plus 2, x plus 2, and x minus 2. Okay, let's look at that first fraction. The x plus 2's cancel. What do I have to multiply that x plus 1 by? Okay, listen to me. The x plus 2's cancel. What do I have to multiply that x minus 2? So I have x plus 1 times x minus 2 minus, okay, now this time one of the x plus 2's cancel and the x minus 2 cancels. What do I have to multiply by the x plus 2? Are you with me? Okay, so now we have to simplify this numerator, right? FOIL, right? X times x is x squared. X times minus 2 is minus 2x. 1 times x is 1x. 1 times minus 2 is minus 2. Distribute the minus 2. Minus 2 times x is minus 2x. Minus 2 times positive 2 is minus 4. Quiet. So I have x plus 2, x plus 2, and x minus 2 for the denominator. Then we're going to simplify our numerators. Pretty good? Okay. So, my numerator, I have to start simplifying this. X times x, x squared. X times minus 2, minus 2x. Positive 1 times x, positive 1x. Positive 1 times minus 2, minus 2. Then I have to distribute the minus 2. Minus 2 times x, minus 2x. Minus 2 times positive 2, minus 4. Okay. Now I'm going to add and combine like terms. So you have a minus 2x, a positive 1x, a minus 2x. X squared, there's nothing I'm going to do here. It stays where it's at. So I have minus 2, minus 1, minus 3x. And then minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6. All over x plus 2, x plus 2, x minus 2. Now that I've combined them all and simplified it, I need to check to see if there's factors. Let's see. An x, that's a minus sign, so we're going to be plus minus. Anything I can do to combine that would give me negative 3. 3 and 2, 6 and 1, nope. So I'm done. This doesn't factor. Again, when we get into solving equations, we even take this a step farther. So it's not an easy section or unit. I was kind of hoping your grades would be a little higher when we went into this unit. Most students don't do well with this. Yes, Kayla. We're not going to be able to get it in before. I'm not. Oh, I got half the class that still needs to take it. If you want me to put in the zeros, I'll put them in. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, let's try number 9. Tomorrow is my anniversary, so no, I'm not going to be here. All right. All right, let's do number 9. Okay, I have factored the denominator. X, that's a minus, so I have 1 plus, 1 minus. Let's see, I want the bigger number to be minus. And there's my new denominator for that one. Okay. Factor this denominator. I have an x and an x. That's a minus. So I have another plus and minus. Stop it. 2 times 1. Let's see, that'll give me a negative 2x, and a positive 1x gives me a negative 1x. So this is my new denominator. My lowest common denominator then is, let's see, I need an x plus 1, an x minus 4, and an x minus 2.
Okay.
Shh. So that's my new denominator. See, I've got an x plus 1. Now, you don't have to do this off to the side. I just do it for teaching purposes. You could do it, go directly to here. Guys, quiet. An x minus 4 and an x minus 2. Okay, this first fraction, let's see, I've got a x plus 1 and an x minus 4, so I need to multiply that 5 to, yep, so 5 times x minus 2 minus, let's see, this time I have an x plus 1 and an x minus 2, so I have to multiply that 3 by x minus 4. Okay, simplify. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 2, negative 10. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 4, positive 12. All over x plus 1 times x minus 4 times x minus 2. Okay, let's combine some like terms. 5x minus 3x is negative 10 plus 12 plus 2. all over x plus 1, x minus 4, and x minus 2. I can factor my numerator now that it's simplified. I can take out a 2. I get x plus 1. Becomes my new numerator. And lo and behold, I can cancel out an x plus 1. So my answer is 2 over x minus 4 times x minus 2. This is going to take some practice. Do some homework. I gave you 8.5 practice sheet too, didn't I? That was back there. Let me take a look at it. I think I'm going to cross out some problems. Okay, on your homework. Tell you what. Shh. If you guys promise, do the odds tonight. But please, try them all so that we come in here with questions tomorrow. Okay, so tonight, do the odds. Huh? No, I'm not going to be here after school. So let's do the odds and then come in with questions tomorrow. We'll do the other 4 problems in class. All right? Don't get blood on my carpet.